What if one explosion could level an entire city? Or a volcanic blast could dim the sun for a year? These aren't scenes from a disaster movie, they're real events that reshaped human history. From cosmic collisions to silent killers, today we're uncovering Earth's most destructive moments and the jaw-dropping forces behind them. Today on Bright Mind Station, we're diving into the most jaw-dropping, devastating, and downright terrifying natural disasters and explosions the world has ever seen. From volcanic eruptions that blocked out the sun to man-made explosions that scarred the Earth, this video will take you through the moments when nature, and sometimes humanity, showed just how destructive things can get. Make sure to watch till the very end, because the last disaster might just leave you speechless. And before we begin, don't forget to subscribe to Bright Mind Station and hit the bell icon so you never miss our deep dives into the most fascinating corners of our planet. The Tunguska Explosion. In 1908, a massive explosion rocked the skies over Siberia. Trees were flattened over 800 square miles, yet no crater was ever found. What caused this? Scientists believe it was a meteoroid that exploded mid-air with a force 1,000 times greater than the Hiroshima bomb. The blast was so intense that it lit up skies across Europe and Asia for days. Yet no fragments were recovered, and the event remains one of the most mysterious explosions in modern history. The Tunguska event is a haunting reminder of how vulnerable Earth is to cosmic visitors. Even now, scientists can't agree on whether it was a comet, asteroid, or something even stranger, fueling one of science's longest-running mysteries. Do you think we're overdue for another cosmic impact? Comment with Meteor ready if you'd want early warning systems for space rocks. Mount Tambora, Indonesia. In 1815, Mount Tambora erupted with a force never before witnessed in recorded history. It shot ash and gas into the atmosphere, killed over 70,000 people, and triggered what came to be known as the Year Without a Summer. Crops failed worldwide, snow fell in June, and global temperatures plummeted. It wasn't just a volcano. It was a planet-wide event that led to famine, disease, and social unrest. To this day, Tambora remains the largest volcanic eruption in human history. Its impact reached far beyond Indonesia. Its shadow darkened the entire Earth. The eruption not only changed climate, it inspired literature, including Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, born from a volcanic winter. Can you imagine snow in July? Tell us what you'd do in a world without summer. The Halifax Explosion. In 1917, two ships collided in the harbor of Halifax, Canada. One of them, the SS Mont Blanc, was loaded with high explosives meant for World War I. When it caught fire and exploded, the result was the largest man-made explosion before nuclear weapons existed. Over 1,600 people died instantly, windows shattered miles away, and a massive tsunami hit the shoreline. The force was so great that it leveled entire neighborhoods. The Halifax explosion taught the world just how dangerous mishandled explosives could be, and its lessons still echo in safety protocols today. The explosion's shockwave shattered windows over 50 miles away, reminding us how far destruction can travel. Should explosive cargo be banned from busy ports today? Let us know your take. The Krakatoa eruption. In 1883, Krakatoa, a volcano in Indonesia, erupted with a sound so loud it could be heard nearly 3,000 miles away. That's like hearing an explosion in New York, all the way from California. The eruption generated tsunami waves over 100 feet tall and wiped out over 36,000 lives. The ash cloud was so thick it altered sunsets across the globe for months. Entire islands were reshaped. Ships were flung onto land like toys. Krakatoa wasn't just loud, it was apocalyptic. The eruption was so loud it reportedly burst sailors' eardrums over 40 miles from the blast site. Would you visit an active volcano? Comment yes or no below. The Chernobyl disaster. On April 26, 1986, reactor number 4 at the Chernobyl nuclear power plant in Ukraine exploded, releasing massive amounts of radioactive material into the atmosphere. The explosion wasn't loud, but its impact was deadly and far-reaching. Chernobyl's legacy includes wildlife reclaiming the zone, creating one of Earth's most unique accidental nature reserves. Should nuclear power still be used? Drop your opinion. Weigh the risks and rewards. The Boxing Day tsunami. On December 26, 2004, a massive 9.1 magnitude earthquake struck beneath the Indian Ocean. The seabed shifted, displacing enormous volumes of water and unleashing a tsunami that raced toward coastlines at jet-like speeds. The energy released was equivalent to 23,000 Hiroshima bombs. The ocean turned into a wall of destruction in minutes. How can we better prepare for tsunamis worldwide? Share your ideas. Beirut port explosion. In August 2020, a warehouse at the port of Beirut in Lebanon caught fire and triggered an explosion that sent a massive shockwave across the city. It was caused by ammonium nitrate stored improperly for years. Over 200 people died, thousands were injured, and buildings miles away were reduced to rubble. This blast was captured by hundreds of cameras, making it one of the most visually documented explosions in history. What can governments do to prevent disasters like this? Comment with your ideas. The Great Lisbon Earthquake. In 1755, the city of Lisbon, Portugal, was hit by a devastating trifecta: an earthquake, a tsunami, and widespread fires. It struck on a Sunday morning while churches were full of worshippers. Tens of thousands died. The event destroyed nearly every building in Lisbon and sparked philosophical debates across Europe. Even Voltaire wrote about it. Some saw it as divine punishment. Others saw it as nature's raw fury. It also led to major advancements in seismology and urban planning. This disaster transformed urban planning, introducing one of the world's first earthquake-resistant designs. What would you rebuild first after a disaster? Homes, hospitals, or schools? Lake Nyos disaster. In 1986, a quiet lake in Cameroon suddenly released a deadly cloud of carbon dioxide, suffocating more than 1,700 people and thousands of animals in nearby villages. No one heard an explosion. It's now one of the most closely monitored lakes in the world, with equipment installed to safely vent future gas buildups. Do you think there are more silent disasters waiting to happen? Share your thoughts. Meteor crater, Arizona. Thousands of years ago, a massive meteor traveling at over 26,000 miles per hour slammed into what is now Arizona. The result was Meteor crater, a gaping hole over a mile wide and 500 feet deep. The impact unleashed energy equivalent to 10 million tons of TNT. No cities were there at the time, but if it happened today, it would flatten everything in its path for miles. The crater stands as a permanent scar and a reminder that the universe occasionally throws deadly surprises our way. If it struck a modern city today, it would flatten everything within a 50-mile radius. Should we invest more in asteroid defense? Comment, Planet Protect, if you agree. The Hunga Tonga eruption. In January 2022, an underwater volcano in the South Pacific, Hunga Tonga, Hunga Ha'apai, erupted with one of the most powerful explosions ever recorded by modern instruments. The blast was so immense it sent shockwaves around the entire planet multiple times and triggered a massive tsunami that reached coastlines as far as Japan and South America. The ash plume soared over 35 miles into the atmosphere, temporarily disrupting global communications and weather patterns. Scientists were stunned by the sheer scale of the explosion, calling it the most powerful atmospheric blast since Krakatoa. The Hunga Tonga eruption was a reminder that even in our modern world, nature can still surprise us and overpower us without warning. It disrupted GPS systems, damaged undersea cables, and even altered atmospheric pressure globally. Were you surprised by how global this eruption's impact was? Let us know what you remember from that day. These disasters weren't just explosions, they were history-making, world-shaking events that tested the limits of human survival. Some were warnings, others mysteries. All are unforgettable. Thanks for exploring the raw power of nature and science with Bright Mind Station. If one of these events blew your mind or made you think, drop a comment and let us know which one left you speechless. Like the video, subscribe, and turn on that bell icon to stay ahead of the next mind-blowing discovery. For more epic science and survival stories, check out our World's Biggest Explosions and Natural Disasters playlist. Until next time, stay alert, stay informed, and always stay curious.